Right, so now we're going to be creating this mid bass. The sub bass was a preset, and if you want to learn how that's made, I do recommend reverse engineering it. But I didn't make that from scratch, so I'm not going to pretend I did. But this mid bass, I believe I did. And so here's how it sounds. It's a very simple sound, and we're going to recreate this. So let me just initialize Serum. And we want to start with a saw, and this is a very simple sound. We want to start with a saw wave, so we're going to go to basic shapes, and we're going to change the wavetable position. And no, we don't want a saw wave, we want a triangle wave, okay? And what we're going to do here is just slightly change this by adding sync half window, okay? And we can compare how this sounds if we turn it off. Changes the sound just a little bit. So we're going to leave that on. We're going to add 7 voices to this. Turn the detune down a little bit. And leave the blend where it is. I'm also going to add a sub oscillator in here, okay? So I'm going to enable this. I'm going to pick the saw wave. Turn the level down, and we'll make this -1. And now what I'm going to do is run both of these into the filter. So I have to enable the sub oscillator on the filter. We're going to pick MG low 18 again. Turn the cutoff down a fair bit. Now we can't really hear anything, but that's fine. I'm going to adjust envelope 1 so there's not as much sustain and a little bit less decay as well. Around 630 is good. Okay, and now I'll turn it up a little bit. I'll add the release in, maybe turn it up to about 100. Okay, and I want to make this come over. We've already got this, not really a plucky sound, but a stabby sound. It's very short. And I'm going to turn the octave down on here. Sounds a lot better. When it was up here, it sounded like 2 separate sounds. Now it sounds like 1. Okay, so we're going to modulate the cutoff now, this one here, like we did with the pluck sound we made in the last video. So I'm just going to drag the envelope onto the cutoff. I'm going to pull that down a bit for now. And we're going to make a pretty short kind of curve, I think. So let's pull the decay down again, it's about 660. Doesn't matter too much. And the sustain down to probably, have it around there, maybe 15%. And we'll turn the release up a fair bit. And that's pretty much the sound. Very straightforward, like I said. But it's nice and it works well as a mid bass. So there we have it. In the next video, we're going to be looking at the acid. So I'll see you then.